Hi, this side Samir Verma from Alpha Value Consulting. We know that valuation of any company is driven by combination of demand, supply and macroeconomic drivers of country in which the company operates. If we evaluate the current economic situation, we will find that EdTech industry is one among other industry which has got significant uptake because of tremendous growth for online learning and education in every nook and corner of the country. Talking about EdTech industry, shift of consumer behavior towards deeper understanding of topics in place of only clearing exam is impacting the valuation of this industry in a huge way. Some other factors like young population, internet penetration, smartphone user base, cost and availability of quality education, government initiative to promote digital education. Recently, PM eVidya initiative is likely to bring more opportunities for EdTech startups, patented technological innovation, regulatory approvals to manage different professional courses, increasing competition. When we value the EdTech startups, we generally categorize into 5 subsegments: higher education, language and casual learning, primary and secondary supplemental education, fourth is test preparation, and last one is the reskilling and online certification market. Risk and returns for the companies at different stages changes. When we value the companies which are catering to higher education market, generally treated as an incubation stage, whereas when we value a company which is catering a market of reskilling and online certification, is generally treated as a maturity stage. R&D spending as percentage of sales, number of student subscribers and EBITDA margin are some of the financial performance criteria used for mapping of comparable companies. EV by sales multiple and EV by EBITDA multiple are used to value the unlisted EdTech startups. EdTech startups which are at the pre-revenue stage are generally be valued through the discounted cash flow methodology. However, financial projections of companies at pre-revenue stage is a factor of uncertainty. So valuer need to evaluate the development phase, market phase, existing patented rights, copyright content, internet penetration, development cost as a percentage of sales while doing valuation of the companies. When we talk about the public comparable companies into education market can be categorized into 2 subsegments: education technology and education services. Valuation multiple into these subsegments can be vary in a huge manner, so need to evaluate the subsegment in a proper manner. However, it has been always a challenging task to find the true comparable transactions. It is therefore foremost important for the valuer to understand the product development and size-wise selection of comparable listed companies and appropriate valuation methodology while doing valuation. Thank you so much.